Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Teen found a lost wallet while fishing with $2,000 inside and knew just what to do. Written by Adam Staten, read by Adam Staten. One young man found a lost wallet coming up with quite a pricey find during a fishing outing in Minnesota, but ultimately, he knew what had to be done with a valuable catch. Fishing is a good way to relax, while being outside enjoying God's beautiful creation. While fishing is a hobby of many, even the most experienced fishermen can go hours without a single bite or the slightest nibble. An entire fishing outing can result in no noteworthy finds. However, that was not the case for one Minnesota teenager. Connor Hausa, a 14-year-old, was fishing with his cousin on the Lake of the Woods, hoping to pull in something, a fish or two. The young men had their hearts set on reeling in some walleye, but on that day, Connor didn't find a fish. Instead, he reeled in a wallet with thousands of dollars in cash. Connor mentioned that he suddenly felt his line get tight, believing that he had caught a fish. Luckily, his cousin Brandon was on site and helped Connor bring in what they both thought was a fish. Brandon then netted the catch. They soon learned it was not a fish, but was a wallet containing $2,000 in cash. My cousin Brandon opened the wallet up, and he said some words that you probably shouldn't say, Connor said. And then he said there was some money in it, and he showed everyone. And then we took the money out and placed it all in dashboard to let it dry off. In addition to the money, the wallet also contained another valuable item, a business card. The wallet and the money were the property of an Iowa farmer, Jim Denny. It turned out that Jim had been fishing on that very lake a year earlier. On that day, the water was a tad rough, which helped dislodge Jim's wallet, sending it into the lake. Insider reports that instead of keeping the money, Connor tracked Jim down. Connor returned the wallet and the money to Jim, who returned to Minnesota to recover his lost cash and wallet. To show his appreciation for Connor's honesty, Jim took the young man and his family out to dinner. Additionally, Jim gifted Connor a personalized cooler to show his gratitude. Jim also offered the 14-year-old a reward, but he refused it. For Connor, the decision to return the cash to its rightful owner was easy. We didn't work hard for the money. He did. So it was his money, Connor said. Jim understands the honor and integrity Connor exhibited are not often seen today. He knows Connor is a special young man. I would take Connor for a grandson any day. I would fight for him any day, Jim said. Better is the poor man whose ways are upright than the man of wealth whose ways are twisted. Proverbs 19:1.
Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Randy.
And we're from Salty Saints Podcast. We're a theology and apologetics podcast.
To find out more, subscribe at lifeaudio.com.
The Historical Jesus Podcast is the sweeping saga of the life and times of Galilean Jesus of Nazareth, as well as the faith, religion, and church founded to honor and disseminate his acts and teachings. Join me, Mark Vinette, on this fascinating journey through time, exploring the many great works of Christian theology, literature, architecture, music, and art inspired by the words and deeds of Jesus Christ.
Woman turns to the internet for help when mystery creature is caught on camera. Written by Adam Staten, read by Adam Staten. A woman in Texas, seeking to identify a strange being which was spotted in her neighborhood, turned to the internet for assistance in identifying the creature. Over the course of a typical day, it's not unusual for someone to come across several animals. Depending on where someone lives in the United States, the type of animal could vary somewhat. But regardless of location, seeing a dog or a cat aimlessly exploring the neighborhood, or a squirrel scurrying up a tree would not be out of the question. However, one woman in Hill Country Village, Texas, a town about 20 minutes north of San Antonio, spotted an animal unlike anything she had ever seen. Tina Calling was inside her residence when she first laid eyes on the mysterious animal. I was inside and I looked out into the yard, Tina said. And I saw an animal right here and thought, wow, what is that? As most people would do when they see something baffling or interesting, Tina snapped a couple of photos in order to document her discovery. Tina then posted her pictures of the mystifying being on Facebook, seeking help in identifying the creature. In the caption to the photos, Tina wrote, "Unusual creature in my yard. What is it?" Tina received several dozen comments in response to her inquiry about the perplexing animal. Many attempted to answer her, with several mentioning that the creature in the photos was a coyote. Others answered Tina, claiming that the being was a chupacabra. However, one person who was also unsure about the exact type of animal in the photos advised Tina that if she had any dogs, keep them in the house and far away from that large creature. The director of mammals for the San Antonio Zoo, Rachel Malstoff, agrees with others, stating that the animal might be a dog or a coyote. Regardless of what the animal might be, most people can agree that it would be a smart move to stay a safe distance from it. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw, like the bullocks. And dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, said the Lord. Isaiah 65:25.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
I'm Don Hawkins, inviting you to be encouraged with my weekly podcast, Encouragement for You. To subscribe, go to lifeaudio.com.